Good evening and welcome to Sunset News on this Sunday evening. As always, we bring you news, community stories, economics, weather, and sports. I am Aina Kweo. In the news tonight, the top 10 finalists in the Miss Namibia 2023 competition were announced last night. They are in no specific order: Albertina Haimbala, Ausha Abrams, Lydia Simon, Jamila Uiras, Shashmida Aces, Martha Kautenavali, Aina Ngipwilepo, Jenica Engelbrecht, Baola Udera, and Lensi Kahunga. The crowning will take place on the 8th of July at MTC Dome in Swakopmund. Watch as they graced the stage last night. The founding father, Sam Nujoma, turned 94 on Friday. Here are some of the highlights from his birthday celebration.
Environment really educated for us. We appreciate what you have done for all many years. We come here today and celebrate this day with you to say thank you and thank you. Your life has touched people young and old.
We also realize that the present dispensation our parents were born in demanded extraordinary sacrifices for them to overcome. It was against this background that our father joined young people of this generation to take a stand against apartheid colonialism. Indeed, people like our father figured it out that the man has innate abilities and talents which only need to be harnessed to change their lives through sheer hard work.
Did you learn a lesson? A good lesson indeed. And that is lesson in leadership. A leadership with a vision and a mission. I urge the youth of today to study the history of Dr. Sam Nujoma in order for them to learn about a leadership with a vision and a mission. On behalf of the Sam Nujoma Foundation Board of Directors, I would like to wish Dr. Sam Nujoma a happy birthday, many more happy returns, good health, and a peace of mind.
Ongwediva Town Council tabled its provisional budget of 172.3 million Namibian dollars for the financial year 2023-2024 on Thursday. The budget is suggested to approval by the Urban and Rural Development Ministry. The town mayor Tara Shaliefu, who tabled the budget, said as outlined in the Council's 5-year strategic plan 2018 to 2023 Harambee Prosperity Plan, National Development Plans and Vision 2030, Council has prioritized key development projects such as land delivery, provision of services, provision of service infrastructure, acquisition of machinery and equipment, crop field compensation and maintenance of service infrastructure, among other priorities. Shaliefu revealed that the local authority councillors' allowance remain unchanged. He also said there will be no tariff increases for the upcoming financial year. However, council reserves the right to adjust the water tariff if NamWater announces an increase in bulk water purchases. This measure is aimed at preventing the distribution of water to consumers at a loss, which could negatively impact the town's sustainable development, he said. After the break, we return with Community Talk.
Welcome to My.NA Cars, your ultimate destination for everything automotive.
I am your host, Diana Master. Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Discover the latest models, innovative technologies, and expert insights from our passionate hosts. Learn essential maintenance tips and get exclusive behind-the-scenes access to the automotive industry. Don't miss My.NA Cars on NTV every Thursday at 2100 hours. Tune in and ignite your passion for automobiles.
In Community Talk tonight, a 56-year-old man was arrested for drunken driving on Saturday evening at Omathia village and for trying to bribe officers to avoid detention. The incident happened at about 7:30 p.m. at Omathia village on the B1 road between Omthia and Ondangwa, about 2 kilometers out of the Omthia town in Oshikoto region. The man now has 3 cases to answer to: drunken driving, reckless and negligent driving, and bribery when he appears in Ondangwa Magistrate Court on Monday. Oshikoto Police spokesperson Inspector Ellen Nehale said it is alleged that the driver of the motor vehicle Toyota D4D White was driving from Omthia towards the Ondangwa direction and tried to overtake another vehicle, a Nissan 1400, and in the process he bumped the Nissan vehicle from behind. We return with the story of the day shortly.
Hello and welcome to today's Sports Rep Show.
I am your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraita. In replay, Namibia, who had won the toss for the first time on this tour.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, starting off with tennis news, both on the WTA for women's and
In our Story of the Day segment, Wanderers Sports Ground was transformed into a hub of heart health education and activities on a sunny Saturday morning. The Namibian Heart Foundation held a market dedicated to raising awareness about the importance of heart health and equipping attendees with knowledge and skills to keep their hearts healthy. The event featured a range of activities to engage attendees, including free health screening and consultation with qualified nurses. The health screening provided attendees with important information about their cholesterol, blood sugar, and blood pressure levels, enabling them to take action to improve their heart health. The free Zumba and yoga classes also encourage attendees to engage in regular physical activities, which is essential for maintaining good heart health. Attendees praised the event's focus on heart health and the opportunity to learn about heart disease prevention. I came to the market to learn more about the heart health and how to protect myself from heart disease, said Soon Curtis, one of the attendees. The health screening was very informative and the yoga class was a lot of fun. I will definitely make some lifestyle changes based on what I've learned. After the break, we return with economic news. Stay with us.
To another exciting episode of Oneuptwo. Jullie is die weer en vertel ook vir julle waar die vis heel moontlik gaan byt.
We are so excited to be kickstarting your morning with entertainment. Everything was happening during this past weekend.
Yes.
Exciting news.
Wow, no, she was killing it already.
In my opinion, I don't see anything wrong with him serving the full term.
As well as keeping you informed on the issues that you need to know happening in and around our country. In economic news tonight, a weak exchange rate makes imports expensive while exports become cheap, according to the economic theory. In addition, a strong exchange rate makes imports cheap and exports expensive. An exchange rate is one currency expressed in terms of another. Now, Fin24 reported that on Friday morning, the rand was in free fall, hitting a record of 19 rand 47 cents to the USD amid the South African arms to Russia scandal. The previous record low was 19 rand 35 cents to the USD was reached during the pandemic panic of April 2020. Now let's have a look at our economic indicators. The Namibian dollar trades at 19 Namibian dollars 34 cents to the US and 20 Namibian dollars 98 cents to the euro. It trades at 24 Namibian dollars 7 cents to the pound and 2 Namibian dollars 78 cents buys you 1 Chinese yuan. Gold is down by 0.03%, while Brent crude oil is down with 1.26%. In the international news slot, we take a look at the elections in Turkey.
Welcome to My.NA Cars, your ultimate destination for everything automotive.
I am your host, Diana Master. Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Discover the latest models, innovative technologies, and expert insights from our passionate hosts. Learn essential maintenance tips and get exclusive behind-the-scenes access to the automotive industry. Don't miss My.NA Cars on NTV every Thursday at 2100 hours. Tune in and ignite your passion for automobiles.
Hello and welcome to today's Sports Rep Show.
I am your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraita. In replay, Namibia, who had won the toss for the first time on this tour.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, starting off with tennis news, both on the WTA for women's and
In international news, Turkey is heading to the polls today to elect a new president. Let's have a look at the significance this election will be having for many African countries.
Has changed in many ways during Recep Tayyip Erdogan's 2 decades in power. Let me give you some examples. From building military bases in some parts of the continent such as Somalia, Morocco and Tunisia, to taking sides from Libya's chaos and Ethiopia's Tigray war. Training more than 20,000 special forces for Somalia and building Islamic schools in Senegal. Erdogan says it is a win-win, which means a bid to develop a mutually beneficial relationship. But is that the case? Who is really benefiting from this relationship?
Turkey is making millions of dollars every year of this investment in Africa. This is also beneficial for African countries. It's a huge unused agricultural territory that Turkey might benefit. And it's more employment for Turkey because there's lots of companies in the last 10 years that are operating in Africa, and lots of people are going to Africa to work, and it's a huge employment rate.
But some critics argue that these Turkey's investments in the continent are not sustainable in the long term and believe that they are driven by short-term economic interests. For example, a report released by the African Development Bank in 2019 says that while Turkey's engagement with Africa had brought many benefits, but there were challenges and risks that needed to be addressed. The report highlighted concerns about the sustainability of some of Turkey's infrastructure projects in the continent and the need for greater attention to environmental and social impacts. So, what can we expect for the future of this relationship? With or without Erdogan? Let's bring in AJ again.
If Erdogan wins, I don't see any change. I see even more developments and more progress between the relationship between African countries and Turkey, using advantage of the very close relationship between Erdogan and the African leaders, most of the African leaders. But even if Erdogan loses, there might be a slowdown on the pace of the relationships and the increase in the trade volume between Turkey and the African countries. But even if it happens, even if it takes some time for the new leader of Turkey to improve a close relationship with the African countries, it will happen again because it's a huge market for Turkey.
Tomorrow's weather follows after the break.
The next days are not a measurement of time, but the distance from here to the finish line. For the race you are running, for your kids, your career, your health, your future. Not away, but towards it. While the voice in your head reminds you it won't be easy. But by simply swinging your feet towards the floor, you've taken the first step. Grow for it with Stamino Grow. 5-in-1 supplement available at all leading pharmacies.
To another exciting episode of Oneuptwo. We bring jou liefst weer en vertel ook vir julle waar die vis heel moontlik kan byt.
Let's have a look at the weather predictions for tomorrow. Minimum and maximum temperatures for the capital is 11 and 25 degrees respectively, with the north enjoying warmer weather. Maximum temperatures in Oshakati on 31 degrees and Enana at 32 degrees. Minimum temperatures in Rehoboth and Marienthal is 9 and 10 respectively. Partly cloudy is expected along the coast. Stay with us as we return with the sports news.
To another exciting episode of Oneuptwo. Please die weer en vertel ook vir julle waar die vis heel moontlik kan byt.
We are so excited to be kickstarting your morning with entertainment. Everything was happening during this past weekend.
Yes.
Exciting news.
Wow, no, she was killing it already.
In my opinion, I don't see anything wrong with him serving the full term.
As well as keeping you informed on the issues that you need to know happening in and around our country. Let's have a look at our sports for tonight. The Namibian Swimming Federation held its first short course gala 25-minute pool of the year on Friday and Saturday. The club gala was held at the Dolphin Swimming Club training pool in Windhoek, with schools and various clubs were welcome to participate. Representatives of swimming clubs like Dolphins, Marlin Swimming Clubs, Aqua Swimming and Fitness Club went up against each other for the best time record. Events on Friday, the first half of the course saw swimmers of different ages groups go up against each other in the 50-meter breaststroke and 200-meter individual medley, butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, butterfly and freestyle. Now, in our next story, the Women's FA Cup final. Will it be Chelsea or Manchester United who stays in hunt for domestic double with a victory at Wembley? Now, Chelsea came up against Manchester United in the 2023 Women's FA Cup final on the 14th of May. Emma Hayes, a side aiming to win the competition for the fourth time in 6 years and are the current holders. Mark Skinner's Man United have reached their first major final. And in some exciting news, African Stars reign supreme and have the last dance in a match between African Star Football Club versus Young Brazilian FC. The final score was 6-1. After the break, we return with the highlights from tonight's broadcast.
Hello and welcome to today's Sports Rep Show.
I am your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraika. In replay, Namibia, who had won the toss for the first time on this tour.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, starting off with tennis news, both on the WTA for women's and
Thank you very much for watching our show tonight. If you're just joining us or in case you missed some of our top stories, here are the highlights. Ngodiba Town Council tabled its provisional budget of 172.3 million Namibian dollars for the financial year 2023-2024 on Thursday. The budget is subject to approval by the Urban and Rural Development Ministry. A weak exchange rate makes import expensive while export becomes cheap, according to economic theory. In addition, a strong exchange rate makes import cheap and exports expensive. The Namibian Swimming Federation held its first short course gala of the year on Friday and Saturday. The club gala was held at the Dolphin Swimming Club training pool in the Windhoek High School, and various clubs were welcome to participate. And with that, we've come to the end of tonight's broadcast. Make sure you join Sunset News on Facebook, on all NMH platforms on weekdays, as well as on our website, which is called Oneuptwo.com. Sunset News screens on DSTV channel 285, as well as GoTV channel 25 every weekday from 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. I am Aina Kweyo. This has been Sunset News. Please don't end your day without us. Good night.